Welcome to the Hyde Park train station. The first station was built here by the Hudson River Railroad in 1850. The two-track main line ran freight as well as passenger service. In 1861, Abraham Lincoln's presidential inauguration train came to Hyde Park. In 1865, President Lincoln's funeral train came through, the opposite direction of the inauguration train 4 years before. Commodore Cornelius Vanderbilt also had his interest in the railroad. The former shipping mogul was competing with a rival shipper that was buying Pennsylvania Railroad stock. In 1913, the Hudson River Railroad and New York Central Railroad expanded to a 4-track main line. Every station along the way from New York City to Albany was demolished. The new station was built in 1914. The Vanderbilts preferred the look of the Santa Fe Railroad in the Southwest. Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Eleanor Roosevelt used the station often. When FDR was governor, the railroad provided a direct connection to the state capital in Albany. In 1939, the King and Queen of England visited the station. After visiting the World's Fair in Flushing Meadows, Queens, the King and Queen of England drove to Hyde Park, New York. Upon finishing their lunch with the Roosevelts, the King and Queen came to the Hyde Park station and boarded a royal train and headed to Canada. During World War II, the station was used frequently to move troops, Secret Service agents, and other important politicians and dignitaries that came to Hyde Park. In April of 1945, FDR passed away in Warm Springs, Georgia. His body was carried up the East Coast to Washington for a formal funeral ceremony. Then his funeral train came from Washington, D.C. up to Hyde Park, New York. In 1959, the New York Central, going through a period of decline, closed the Hyde Park station, as well as many other small stations along the line. Also in 1959, the movie North by Northwest, starring Cary Grant, was shot in Hyde Park and used the station as a backdrop. The property was eventually turned over to the town of Hyde Park. They allowed a youth group to run meetings there, but the station was badly vandalized and slated for demolition. In 1975, the Hudson Valley Railroad Society came in with an 11th hour proposal to save the station. That year, the Hudson Valley Railroad Society received grant money from IBM to restore the windows in preparation for the PBS movie, Eleanor and Franklin. Various scenes of the movie were shot in the station, and eventually the station was restored enough to allow a train of reporters to come up to Hyde Park, New York, and view the premiere of the movie in the Roosevelt Theater. Today, the Hudson Valley Railroad Society maintains the station after restoration and holds many community events there.